Good evening. It's Angie from Learn Love Tarot. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. I am all dressed up today. See, look at that. Oh my gosh. I am all dressed up because unfortunately I am heading to the funeral of a high school girlfriend. And also got some sad news about family, and then my little bean Lola that you normally hear prancing around here has been in dental surgery, and instead of a cleaning, it has turned into several teeth being removed. And I'm just worried sick and did not know that she was going to be there all day or so far back on the surgery list. She's a little bit of a nervous Nelly anyway. She's so sensitive, and gosh, I know dogs in general pick up on energies, but that child is off the chain. So I am anxiously waiting to hear from the vet's office, and thought instead of being worried, I would listen to Chantra Seva, calm my energy and get some grounding energy in, do a meditation, and then and if I can help somebody else today, that's something that definitely raises my vibration and makes me feel better if I can focus on you all, for example. So welcome in. I'm just going to do a general reading today. If you can see all this beautiful purple energy here on the board, and then in the environmental energy, in addition, we have this friendship. So fairies and humans alike need friends. Now is the time to seek out those who will support and encourage you on your journey to fulfill your dreams. Okay, so we are starting here. There's some recent past energy, and I'm going to be asking, so in general with these two together, we are in the balsamic moon stage, which is kind of like, it's like the final crescendo time before we go into completely into that new moon in Gemini. And if you are a Leo, then this is your super wishing moon. If you have your sun and especially your ascendant in Leo. So a new start is coming. Communication is key, and it is a mutable moon, so nothing is yet set in stone. As I'm talking about the moon, a time for healing. So that's what a new moon does. It's a new start, right? Surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. If you're feeling confused, this fairy comes to calm emotions and reassure you that peace of mind is possible. Okay, so in this balsamic moon, that is an energy of, like I said, for healing, but we have extra help to end any bad habits or relationships. We're able to more easily let go and move on. In addition to that, it is life path 9, the path of hidden truth today. So the fact that that is the very first card that came out is pretty incredible, because when we take June the 4th, 2024, which is 648 angel number, 6 and 4 is a 10. I was feeling Wheel of Fortune energy, and when I was putting away my deck from yesterday, I always cleanse and sage and shuffle and ask for the deck to be ready when I pull it out next. And sure enough, a couple times that Wheel of Fortune flew out. In addition, when we take our 6, 4, and 8 added all together, that is the total of 18, which is the moon energy, what is hidden, confusion, dreams, illusions, okay, Piscean energy, and the moon does rule the sign of Cancer. So again, there may be something confusing right now because it's not completely illuminated, nor will it be on a new moon because the moon is hidden on a new moon, right? So as soon as that new moon energy comes, we recover, right? We just kind of reassess, and then we're going to plot and plan and turn that Empress energy into Emperor energy, where we then do the action steps of building the next set of steps to the top of the coaster. Okay, where the full moon, we can see everything, what will be revealed, and then the ride we get will start to be built here at the energy of this new moon on Thursday. Okay, so the moon again is dreamy, Neptune, illusions. You know, we can think things are there that aren't, for the good or the worse, right? And then 1 + 8 is 9, which is the energy of the Hermit. So that is deep self introspection, pausing on any action, again, because we don't know all of the facts quite yet. And this is once we have done the journey within, we take action once we understand ourselves, okay? Because we cannot understand anyone else, especially in matters of the moon, maybe crushes or, you know, whatever we keep in that moon, that could be the shadow aspects of our own self. Once we do discover what's hidden in the moon, we're then able to come out of that Hermit energy and start on the path toward what it is we've decided on, because the Hermit's important role is to decide what he values. Okay, Virgo energy there. And then again, the moon would be the moon energy of Pisces and Cancer. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Coming up in this new moon energy, we have come together. Okay, fairies like to be busy, and a group of them is showing you that many hands make light work. Working as a team helps get the job done. So mutable signs, okay, not only do we have that new moon energy in Gemini, all of the mutable signs are going to be feeling a new beginning right now, because we have a new Venus star starting today. That's a 4-year series. The last one, we just completed the old cycle as of today. And then the old cycle started, let's see here. The old cycle was 6/3/20 in Gemini. So whenever there's a Venus CAZIMI, meaning the sun and Venus come into the same part of the pie chart, they come in together to play. The energy of the sun highlights that Venus planet. Okay, now it does this 5 times, hence the 5-point star within a 4-year cycle. So that bottom left point of the star was 6/3/20 in Gemini. Then we moved to March 26 of 21 in Aries, where Venus and the sun conjoined again. Capricorn, Libra, and Leo. So we're starting a whole new 4 cycle today. And then curiously, I was seeing a lot of 11s again in the digits of the planetaries where they were sitting today. So the sun conjoined Venus this morning. That CAZIMI happened here at Eastern Standard Time at 6:23 a.m., which is an 11. And then in addition to that, when I started this reading at 4:34, that was an 11. And that was when the sun was at 14 degrees 41. Okay, so a mirror image, which we saw the mirrored souls. I ended up doing 2 readings on that yesterday, one for Motivational Monday and then an extended, and boy, was that a lot of energy. So a 55, right? So we're seeing these master numbers here. And then Venus was at 14 degrees 45, which is a 5 and a 9. Together, they are 14, the temperance energy, which is balancing, right? Re-giving back to the self, which we saw come up as the situation card yesterday in that energy. And then 1 and 4 together is the number 5, which is the energy of change and the Hierophant. So let's see where we go today. Lastly, with Mercury conjoining Jupiter, excuse me, and then also trining Pluto, okay, we had a chariot energy with Mercury at 3 degrees 4 minutes, so fast. And then with Jupiter at 3 minutes 18, 3 plus 1 plus 8 is a 12, which is the hanged man energy. So the very opposite. So even though it's conjoined, it's like a start stop. The 12 breaks down to a 3, which is Empress energy. And of course, we have Pluto still in retrograde, all the self-examination, all the re's in the sign of Aquarius. So it is a day to shine. And a new love cycle is beginning today, as I mentioned, for the next 4 years. With that 11, that is the sign of the master communicator. I have several clients, and I know a lot of you are old souls. And if you have a birth date that adds up to an 11, you're a master communicator. It's a sign of enormous power, heightened intuition, natural intelligence, and spiritual insight. Extremely independent and ambitious. Old soul energy. The Obamas are both 11s, okay? They can turn wild dreams into solid accomplishments. And then in addition, we have all that Jupiter helping us here, kind of giving us that little extra push. Even if it's a wild dream, it can happen in this energy. Okay. And then that was at 11:33 a.m. We had that communication Mercury and the luck and expansion of the Jupiter. A little bit on hold, perhaps, regarding an Empress, or if you are more in your Empress energy now. Now, 22s are the master builders, while 33s are the master teachers. So Einstein, John Lennon, Robert De Niro, they're altruistic humanitarians, devoted to increasing the higher consciousness of the planet, which is why I'm here talking to you all as well. Okay. If I can even help one person with one thing I say, then I am just as happy as Larry to do that. All right, moderation here. So when we get to the first quarter moon, a week from Thursday, that is when we have half the light on and half is dark, and we're waxing on, turning the light on that full moon, and we check in with ourselves. We're halfway up to where we built, where we can look down the tracks that we've just built, and are we still excited about what we're building here? We're checking in with that purpose, making any adjustments, and if there are any issues, boom, that is when you take action, because you have one more week to get to the top. And remember, whatever you get coming down, you get what you get, and don't throw a fit, because it depends on what you build here. Okay, so keep that in mind. So a week from this Thursday's new moon, moderation. Is there something you know you shouldn't be eating or doing? Try to eat mindfully and healthily. And although the fairies say that a little bit of what you fancy is fine, okay, as far as food and actions, make sure that you don't go overboard, okay? And then I'm going to finally come all the way out. So that may be a block, right? Going out of not using moderation. And then here, just to kind of take a look, well, the full moon in Capricorn is all about the end of a tough cycle. Okay, so this may have started in January of this year, when we had the full moon in Cancer. This is a cardinal moon, so it is the leaders of the pack. If you're younger than me, you probably don't get that joke. It's okay. I don't even know who sings that. Be bold and make the first move. Okay, the cardinal signs are the ideas, the architects, the planners. And on a full moon, of course, we do our Ho'oponopono prayer. We ask forgiveness, forgive others. It's make or break time. We're at the top of the coaster. We release and let go and say, wee. And hopefully it's not, oh shit. Okay. That is up to you. All right. So let's see what we have possibly coming there. Precious time. The fairy of time wants you to experience every moment fully and to make the most of your precious time. Be mindful not to waste others' time either. There is an owl in this picture, a lot of clocks. I've been seeing this a lot in the cards. The, what is this thing called? Fan timer. And the clock right behind her, I've noticed before, is 126. So January 26th may be of some significance, or something that happened in January. This could even indicate something that will culminate. This wildest dream could culminate by January of 26. So why not? Give it a shot. Give it a try. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this to the side, and we'll get the environmental energy here. Friendship, music, and look in a book. Okay. Underneath that, healing. And I love that card. She has a rainbow from hand to hand, which reminds me, oh, look at the hands here. So we're starting with the rainbow and ending with the rainbow. So going from new moon to full moon in the month of June, it is Pride Month. Happy Pride, everybody. I love that. And then underneath healing is a journey card, which we saw come out for the divine feminine energy earlier in the week. Wow. Okay, surrendering to the natural ebb and flow. A time for healing here with this moon, balsamic moon. Let's go ahead and get some cards from the split there. I saw 9 of Pentacles there at the bottom before the shuffle. So this may be about healing our own sense of independence, our own sense of what we are creating for ourselves and possibly for others, because the 9 of Pentacles, like the lower energy of the Queen of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles isn't quite there. She's kind of a pre-Queen of Pentacles, if you will. That is the same vibration, just not as mature yet, I guess you could say. Okay, see an Ace of Wands there on the bottom of the deck. And this Ace of Wands is pretty unique here because she is wearing a locket. It's not a typical Ace of Wands. She's been through it. And as I was meditating before the reading, I yawned like 3 times. I never yawn during meditation. And I'm like, somebody is tired. I mean, her updo her updo is her down upped. It's there's a big ass lock on her heart. It could have to do with this right hand energy, this future energy of 6 of Cups, which is very yesteryear. She's looking down the street of yesteryear, reminiscing, and this porch light is there to question her. It's a very lavender kind of shadowy, smoky effect going down that street, which I'm seeing here in this lavender moon. So we could be healing or confused about here, especially in the shadows and the smoke and mirrors, something from the past, especially if it was to do with passion. Maybe that was heartbreaking. That is what needs healing here in this final crescendo. We're ending a bad habit. Okay, that could be a bad habit of repeating cycles with a person. It can be anything, guys, whatever that means for you. Let's go ahead and go with that there on the split. I'm curious to see what this is about here. Okay, you are representative of 3 of Wands. Okay, that is cardinal fire there, Aries energy. So we go from the 2 of Wands, the ask, and a little bit of a feeling of anxiety, to I've already asked and now I'm waiting for it to get here. Now, this 3 of Wands is interesting because not only is this not a water card, she's standing in water all the way up to her thighs. And she has a skull of the past. There's other skulls floating around. And then the wand that she is holding with a snake there on it for wisdom and healing is in her other hand. And it's like you can stay in this energy here, in the muck of the past, and, you know, maybe even using that pain as power. Okay, looking back for patterns, and look at that color match energy. A lot of blues and lavenders. Okay, using communicating up from our heart. Okay, using our higher intuition, because we do have moon energy here. All right, what is this situation? This come together where communication is key. There's a new start here. Okay, so Angel of the Night is unique to this deck in particular. There are kind of fluorescent butterflies flying around. What is that called when it's not fluorescent? It's that material that kind of goes neon. Isn't it a certain liquid? What is that called? Well, anyway, Angel of the Night is, if you've been going through it, then she is there to aid healing. And she's kind of saying, you've come far enough as far as doing the work. I got the rest, kiddo. Okay. But I would like to, because it's such a unique card, especially if you've never seen this deck, I'd like to share that with you. They're short, don't worry. Okay, now it was in a special spot, which is odd because it's the extra of the, okay, that is not English. Where is it? I know it's a spot. I marked it with a pink sticker, I remember. Okay, the bonus cards. So this is a 79 card deck. I am the Angel of the Night. If you've picked me up, then my message to you is that your inner light, inner night is soon coming to an end. This darkness, this looking down this past alley in the shadows. Wow. Okay. And we are ending that, that Venus star in Gemini and starting a brand new Venus star in Gemini. Okay, you may have walked in darkness for some time, but soon, very soon, a new full moon will rise and will show you the way. My phosphorant butterflies are here to guide you. Believe in luck. Believe in me. Believe in you. My black soft wings are protecting you from now on. Into your heart, I whisper my sweet lullaby. Have no fear, honey. Everything is going to be fine. The night is nothing to be afraid of anymore. And the warm sun that you hold within is ready to shine again. Big time message of healing. Wow. Okay, it looks like you're getting some help with that too. Who's coming? I just got double chills down my arm. Someone's coming to the rescue here. Strength. Okay, so there's that 8-8 portal energy. A week from Thursday, our commitment is being tested. Our resilience to taming our inner beast is tested here, right? So we want to make sure, because this is our opportunity to show that we have, you know, balanced our shadow with our light. And every single strength card, you'll find lemon Lemniscate. It's so hard to say. And then that is the 8 card of strength. And again, here she has that lit up lemniscate on her sleeve here, and she is walking with that lion. I see a shooting rainbow in the back there. I like that. So it is implying whatever this situation here is that is coming to an end, the opportunity is for you to transmute the energy and use that as a point of strength. Okay, so as we're halfway up that climb to the full moon, okay, you're checking in with yourself. Am I still in a balanced place? Am I still, have I come out of this into a more stable energy of 4 of Wands? Because now I go from a 3-legged stool into a 4-legged table or a 4-legged foundation of some kind. And it's also with those 4 points, the first time that you can make a circle, right? And then we do have 2 circles together tied in the center, okay, as reciprocal energy so that we do not become unbalanced. And funny that the card of moderation was encouraging us there to not get out of balance. Okay, so what by this is this precious time card here energy. You want to make the most of your precious time. Be mindful not to waste others' time either. This new thing that could be happening in January. And look at that, temperance energy. So that is the 14 card. And I did pull up that energy with Venus, with this CAZIMI today. So the sister card to that would be the Hierophant. So what, we're might not wanting to be wasting precious time on is this CAZIMI energy is here. This is powerful, okay? It's a powerful new start. So if you're in something with someone and that cycle is coming to a close, okay, it is regenerative here. This is Phoenix energy with that lotus there. It's taking from one thing and adding to another. And I've talked before about examining our own pains, our own puzzle pieces, so that we can find peace and putting ourselves back together. Well, behind her is a compact mirror. It looks like that to me, but the mirror is shattered. So this is something that maybe you feel has wasted your time, but it's never a waste. Okay, it's a lesson, and maybe simply we just hadn't wanted to learn that lesson, and we've repeated it a few times, and now we have this opportunity here to balance this out. Okay, so let's check in with the past energy of maybe what needs releasing in the recent past. Page of Cups. Okay, so this is self-examination of our past, commitments with anyone. The Page of Cups gets easily distracted. Even though she looks like the siren that has, well, she is the siren that has collected many skulls and pulled many sailors to their death. That's one part of the hero's journey. We're all at some point tempted by the call of the siren, whatever that is for us. You can think of it as devil energy, that something that isn't good for us, right? It distracts us. It distracts us from path. Well, it's because it's a test. Okay, and if we don't pass the test, then those tests are sure to repeat. And this card, she is the siren herself, is examining the past and looking at all those skulls, which is a little eerie since we have the 3 of Wands there holding a skull and kind of staying in the mire and the muck of it all. Okay, so this is to me about what You know, instead of shifting blame and, you know, blaming all the sailors, this siren is going, okay, well, what was my part in that? Yes, I may have tempted many people off of their path, but why did I do that? Okay, this is someone, you know, your energies of your 20s and, you know, hopefully only or early 30s, you grow out of that. But, you know, sirens tempt older people, whether it's male, female, doesn't matter, for sport because it's fun. The siren knows there's absolutely nothing is going to come of it, but you're discovering your power. You're discovering the power that your own sexuality, your own looks, your own talents, right? You're discovering the power that has over other people. And, you know, part of the hero's journey, like you're going to be the siren and you're going to be on the resending, return to sender. No such number, no such soul. Okay, so you're going to pass the test this time. You're going to see it coming. And when this siren lesson presents itself again, because if you didn't pass it, you're going to be tempted again, okay, by something very tempting. And this time, and I'm getting a big ear squeezy, you put a block up and say, return to sender. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I learned that lesson most likely the hard way, especially if it took strength to overcome this last time and it kind of shattered, you know, this is the energy of feeling shattered by it, maybe feeling fooled by this temptation. And we did see in the reading yesterday where you know, one half of the energy, the action side energy, the emperor side or the yang side, maybe felt tricked. Okay, it's got the kind of bait and switch feeling of you see an advertisement and you're like, oh, I don't know, paint is $15 a can, you know, and you get there and they're like, well, limit of 2 cans. And you're like, how am I supposed to paint an entire house with 2 cans? If I knew that, I wouldn't have come. This is something that you wish you knew beforehand. Siren energy, though, it's like deep down, you know it, you know, it's something you know you're not supposed to do. And you do it and you fuck around and find out. Like we talked about in that, I think it was Fridays, the FAFO energy, where I did earth, air, fire, and water and energies, and had different cards for the yin and yang. It was definitely someone had effed around and found out. So, and I explained that it's kind of like when you know you're not allowed to be out past a certain time and you're like sneaking back in past curfew. And then, you know, you think you got away with it, on come the lights. Where have you been? That's exactly what that energy is. You know, you shouldn't have been doing it, or this person did if this is going to be the other side. The heart of the reading is the star energy. That's beautiful. And on Life Path 9, the card that represents that is the Hermit. And inside the Hermit's lantern is indeed the star. Okay, so that is at the heart of this reading. And that horseshoe of light energy, okay, that is, you know, when the horseshoe is upright, the luck can stay inside. And we did have, this is Pluto Aquarius energy, and we did have that trining Jupiter luck and Mercury communication. So the star is our hopes, our wishes, our desires, our dreams, and us contributing them, right? We have that little bit of luck helping us. if you just do a little bit, that Jupiter's going to help you a lot of it. Okay. And more of those, what is it? I just keep wanting to say effervescent. It's not fluorescent. It's the bird. I just saw this at the vet this morning. The screensaver, it was the hummingbird. And what was the time? It was 8:28. That lemniscape energy. It also looks like the south node. If you look on your birth chart, it is shaped like, you know, kind of like that half, that U shape with two circles above each end. So that is past life energy, okay? Karma, cleansing, the cleansing waters, learning the lesson. Therefore, that karmic lesson has come to a complete. A new start is coming. Now we go towards the south node, right? Into that leadership role. We're getting back on the tracks, building new ones after this new moon. In the near future, yeah, you're there you go. So Knight of Wands, Sag energy. And that is part of the signs are going to be feeling this new 5-point Venus star the most, are the mutable signs, including them Sagittarius. So the Knight of Wands is, the Knights are all mutable energies, and the Knight of Wands takes fast action. Okay, so fire energy here, Leo, Sagittarius, double fire energy, opportunity, near future. It looks like by being balanced out, this is going towards your passion, all that red fiery energy. The sun is kind of shining through the darkness of the clouds of this like smoke, right? Smoke and mirrors, the light, the sun is shining right through that, and you're taking fast action towards something, but it's taken strength to do that. Now, by this full moon in Capricorn, again, balancing the energies, giving to ourselves so that we can give to others and not pour from an empty cup. Okay, 7 of Swords. So it does say the end of a tough cycle approaches. Now in this deck, this is at the full moon, and look at that moon right in the center, right behind her. This is my ethic card. I think someone effed around and found out. Okay, so if this is not your energy, this is someone else's energy, and maybe you just want to, you know, rush off to this healing. Healing will not be rushed. And we talked about yesterday, you cannot spiritually bypass the work. It's just by leaving the person. Yeah, that's half the work. But if you don't do the work, you're just going to get the same lesson over again. You're going to get tempted into the same loop instead of that balanced energy component of it. Okay, then it becomes a never-ending cycle. We get stuck in the lake, never making it out to the tributary that leads us back to the ocean of ourselves. 7 of Swords in this deck is really unique. I remember that. Let me look at that for you, because to me, it's like the Michael Jackson energy of like, I'm big, I'm bad, you know it, especially paired with this Knight of Wands, and it's like, F it. Okay, so Swords energy, purple, of course, color coded. So, you know, that it's so tiring, the same old 7 of Swords. Somebody's lying, somebody's deceiving, somebody's there for a good time, not a long time. Knight of Wands, not necessarily. Okay, so if I'm reading for you know, one side of the energy here, this is the side that is interested in healing themselves, and usually the environmental energy side has been traditionally the yang, but sometimes it flips as we're moving into that new cycle of the new moon and we build, then we see the yang come over on this side of the board. Just something I've noticed. Okay, in this deck, Seven of Swords, she's saying, I've done something really bad. I have to run away before someone discovers my infamy. I wish the moon wasn't so bright. She brings too much light upon my running. Oh, blimey, I feel I'm being watched. I must run faster. What about you? I can see that you're escaping too. Let's meet in the forest later. There we'll be safe. What is it you're running from? Too much responsibility, commitment, work, love? Whatever it may be, you don't want to deal with it. And I know that feeling. Of course, as a flight specialist, I could advise you to face reality instead of fleeing from it, because systematic flight really leads nowhere. We get stuck in the same lake over and over and over again, like a toilet drain going down. Okay, but I have no time for that. I must run. Okay, so this can be procrastination energy too, which is interesting how it's under the card of precious time. Do not waste anybody else's time nor your own. So fast energy. We could be running from our hope and dream or this pain, or like I said, you could be learning your lesson this time. And because of this luck coming in to help us, this time we're not running. You know, it's the tough cycle ends. Okay, a tough cycle, the end of a tough cycle approaches. My. Be bold and make the first move. Stop wasting your time and make sure that if you're not hanging on to the bumper of something. We've all been there, done that, and it ain't a cute look. There's not a single one of us who've been proud of ourselves for doing that. Wow. So the tower is in the block position. So that means this has happened, which makes sense, okay, because we would need to release something that has ended. We're still not detached from that energy, still kind of burning or pissed off over that ending, okay? Could have ended because either we or someone in this tower situation was tempted by a siren. And look how those portals, see these circular portals of energy are bookending each other with that siren right in the middle. Okay. You could be, if this was your decision and you fell for the siren in the past and fell into the same cycle again, it's like, I see what you're doing this time, and this time I'm running from it, okay? It doesn't have to be a negative connotation, especially with temperance, and we're surrendering this feminine energy here, okay? Whatever, and then there's that portal again because we have that circle of the compact there. Okay, we can't run away from our own healing, guys, and definitely see how this is pouring down, this water that is pouring into the lotus of regeneration. The phoenix energy is being lit up by the moon, something we haven't wanted to see about how we've been fooled in the past, or maybe even allowed ourselves to be fooled. This card can be very manipulative. Okay, let's look at what Spirit wants us to know. The Tower in reverse, that energy could be resisting an ending, would have been the block to something that was just ding dong dead. There's that circle again, Ace of Cups. What Spirit wants you to know, it's a time of renewal for your own self-love. We talked about our cup of love needing to overflow and continuously being filled, so that the overflow is what's given to others, not pouring from an empty cup, because that water would be stagnant and poisonous, even to our own selves. This is new love or a renewal of love. It feels like a self-love because you're getting together with friends here. Communication is key. Very community-based energy come together. Aquarius, that's what Aquarius is all about, the community, that 11th house energy. Community, friends, and good fortune. That happens, this luck, community, friends, and good fortune. That happens when we heal ourselves, right? When we put into the wish that we are wanting. Outcome energy, we go from Strength, Knight of Wands, to the Emperor. And there's that full moon again, taking leadership toward Aries, what I say. Moving from the South Node of Libra, no longer resisting the end of something. And now all four corners, wow. So far, these edges are showing this circular energy. And the look on her face in this Knight of Wands card, right? If, you know, this was like moving too hastily towards this, you know, whatever in the past that tempted us before, if we need strength to resist something and then in the near future we're moving fast toward it, we might be, you know, causing ourselves another tower. Now this is always reminds me of the Envy card in the energy deck. And with her, this look on her face, okay, maybe, you know, this temptation, you know, running away from our own way, that we continue the same patterns. And from that energy, it was just such a kind of a creepy energy of someone, the illusion, right? Like someone just wanted the marriage or wanted the job title and didn't want to do the actual work of that. They just wanted it to appear that way. Okay. That can be Knight of Wands energy. I mean, the Knight of Wands can be a cocky SOB. And of course, it's a younger energy, right? It's not as mature as the King of Wands, but even the King of Wands is, I see it, I want it, it's mine. He takes action towards his passion. The King of Wands sends out the Knight. So it's like you've given yourself permission here to, you know, either decide. In the past, you've given yourself permission to succumb to this temptation. And in the near future, you've done this healing work. You've done the self-reflection of temperance. The light of the moon illuminates that, you know, there's not just one person to blame there. What did we contribute? It takes two to tango. There's two sides to that lemniscate. Emperor energy, leadership. Okay. And then what is the outcome energy of precious time? The truth. Everything I just said, that's the truth. Taking leadership to heal ourselves of our past foibles. When we refuse to let a tower fall, that's where I was going. That could have been with that creepy energy of yesterday. That could have been just out of spite, you know, the energy of, well, even though I don't want to play with those toys anymore, the minute someone else plays with them, you're like, oh, interested again. And you're trying to have the strength not to do that. Okay. And maybe this end of a tough cycle here is is heavily involved in not walking away from the truth. We cannot just run away and say F it, okay? Or else we're going to F around and find out and figure out that we just put ourselves back in the same lake again. A lake of dead skulls and crappy stagnant energy, okay? Are we really confused here? Okay, this balsamic moon is a healing moon, temperance energy, ending bad habits and relationships, ending them, okay? Not reverse tower, trying to avoid a tower, trying to avoid an ending, okay? By holding on to those past skulls, well, maybe they won't be dead this time. It's a skull. They done dead, honey. They done dead. All right. Ace of Swords here. The truth. 555 now. The truth of the healing is that we're wasting our own precious time and that of the other person's if we're not allowing a tough cycle to end. Learn the lesson. Have gratitude for the lesson. And we don't get stuck in the muck. Stepping into your leadership, you know, you got the glow up from the flow up. This is beautiful. Your love energy is flowing once again, and then we attract in what is meant for us. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just have a look at what the environmental energy is surrounding this situation. 6 of Cups, friendship here in the past, that purple energy. Intuitively, you feel you know what this is about. Music, that card says, listen carefully, for there may be a message in the music you hear. Music can lift your soul, rekindle memories. Wow, that 6 of Cups, and charm fairies to your door. Once you get back into your own Ace of Cups, then someone can come in and go, I got an Ace of Cups too. 2 of Cups. This is what you want once you. Very interesting. Balanced but equal energy of the lemniscape is the opportunity. Wow. And look at the 3 white dresses here coordinating. Look in a book. This is willful blindness, 2 of Swords. Should I go towards my own happiness, or should I, you know, save this passed out relationship one more time? I mean, he cute though, I get it. But are you going to sacrifice your happiness? The Sun is the happiest card in the deck. You got to communicate this instead of letting your heart stay covered up in the moon. Look in a book. Whatever your question right now, you'll find the answer in a book. The words you find will bring the insight you seek. Here's your homework tonight. Journal. What do I do? Sun, Venus, CAZIMI, about this old situation. You stuck in the lake with them. You're going to do it again? Write that down. Pick up a favorite book, any random book. Close your eyes, thumb through. You can page through as slow as you want to. You'll feel when to stop. Put your finger right there, wherever that word is. Okay? Remember that word. Look at how many words in that sentence that word appeared. That number may mean something for you. And then look at the whole sentence as a whole. Okay, what are we healing here? Page of Swords or communication. So the Page of Swords knows nothing, right? Like the Page of Swords can blow some S up. S-H-I-T up. This is somebody is blowing something up. We're healing whatever this revelation is. It could have been harsh communication from a past person. Double 2s. Again, 22, we were talking about the master numbers. And I had 11:33 a.m. and I jotted 22 down. I was like, I can't leave it out. Master builder. serving humanity, the doers, the leaders, the visionaries. Wow, guys. And 2 aces here. That's another 2. 2, 2, 2 may be relevant for you. What does this Page of Sword blow up and heal? Now is a time for you to give or receive healing. Everyone has a natural ability to heal others. Yes, even you. Let it burn. If we're figuring out this person was all hat, no cattle, let it go. Let it go. No amount of nostalgia is worth staying in that mud and the muck of, well, maybe it'll get better. What evidence do you have? That's for you to decide. Music, I've had songs. Usually I get a song a day. Did not have one today, but a few came through in the reading. All right, guys, there's our Ace of Wands, third ace. What ace is missing? Cups, swords, wands, pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, where's that offer? Top of the deck. Something has to end first here. Ace of Wands. Whatever this passionate new beginning. Oh, I want to do it again. Friendship, reminiscing. There we go. Okay. If they're promising to balance, what you want wants you. This is self-manipulation or someone manipulating you, gaslighting you, telling you you don't see what you see. It's going to go through the same cycle. Look at her. She really needs to go to the beauty salon. And if we decide differently this time, we choose the sun instead of this BS that always ends the same. There's your 9 of Pentacles, which was on the bottom of the deck energy. What this whole reading's about is your glow up here. When you end a repetitive cycle, the world, and there's that owl. Healing. This is being illuminated. The end of a tough cycle approaches. 6 of Pentacles is the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, the body, mind, and spirit balance equal. Okay. We want what we want. 2 and 2. Master builder, building the steps after the new moon to the full moon. Okay, we've already heard that story, read that book, played that record a million times, and it always ends in that key, locking the key down on your heart. And we are the ones that are stabbing ourselves because it's like, oops, I did it again. There's some blood on the front of this one wedding dress. What is so 2 and 2? There's something more here, guys. Hang on. Two of Cups. Two become one. Bringing both, balancing both sides of ourselves, healing ourselves to become whole, not getting fooled again, seeing the truth. And whatever this hot mess express was in the past, blowing that crap up, bookending pages here, looking at our own past hearts, our own past failures in love and partnership of all kinds, and allowing this tower to fall this time. Healing instead of harming. That includes all kinds of partnership, love, union, friendship, family tie, or business relationship. Either way, the relation you're into shows great balance and is based on mutual respect. It is nurturing, supportive, harmonious. Was this? Either of them look happy? We can sit, sit and worry or sit in our sorrow all we want to. You can't sit there forever. You got something awesome waiting to happen when you take action on what your truth is instead of walking away from it. Darkness and light peacefully coexist, and oppositions are always gently overcome. Another thing, we look very much alike, okay? That is because we also represent the love and respect you must first offer to yourself. Ace of Cups. The what? Dresses. You must offer to yourself in order to truly commit to one another. You can only love someone to the depth of which you love yourself. When you have your cup full, someone else goes, oh, look, I have a matching cup too. Healed attracts healed. Sick attracts sick. Hurt people hurt people. Hurt people get hurt again and again. Love your own soul as much as you may love your soulmate. Mirror image. If this was your soulmate and they were telling you this story, what would your advice be to them? Can we take that same advice for ourselves? Would you tell them to go for what you really wanted? Or would you tell them, give them one more shot? Guys, this tower's wanted to fall for a long time. She's saying it's over. I got you. Whatever this is, the pain is gone. Healing, healing, healing all over the place. When we end a cycle, opulence. When you choose yourself. He's a big boy. He's hanging on to a board. Sorry, Jack. There ain't no room for you on the board. There's just not. And that be that. All right, let's get a card of advice here, please. Yeah, this is all one energy, guys. So this is what's, what you're doing, this is what's coming at you, what you're going to be challenged with, okay, is deceiving myself, self-love. Don't seek anyone's approval. The number 12, environmental energy here before we start the shuffle. Strong message, guys. I'm glad I got to not think about things for an hour or so. I hope this helped someone. 45, the throne. Your potential is endless. The end of a tough cycle approaches. 6, the energy of the lovers. Dragons, that's the choice card. Slay them all. Oh my Lanta. Get out of that muck. If this is hidden dragons, okay, you are not being fooled this time. When you're healed, you can't be fooled. When you're healed, you can't swipe it under the carpet anymore. Are we just going to live with knowing the crumbles are under the carpet? You don't deserve that. You ain't got time for that. Slay them all. Your commitment is being tested. Six of Cups. Are we going to go down and get pulled? 38. My lucky number. That's an 11. Okay, so see how she's crushing that old communication, the old things she used to tell herself about why she's obligated to save this. I'll be nice. Fill in the blank with whatever you want. You can always rewrite the story. This is crescent moon when the light is turning on. This is after the new moon, moving towards the full moon. Just wow. Slay them all. I love it. That's amazing. Communication is key. A new start is coming. She has a sort of truth there. Communication is key to yourself. Your potential is endless. And this music, she has the music notes there surrounding her. You can always rewrite the story. Stop lying to yourself about this. It's keeping the pentacle at bay. It's keeping the actual offer that is meant for you off the table. And even their outfits match. 2 different decks, orange and yellow. Yellow and orange. Rewrite the story. Rewrite the story. Page of Swords. Heal it. Allow yourself to know the truth, the wisdom of that white owl. And even though it's the World card, we start with that big old moon at the beginning and our last card out of that major arcana, moon energy. Incredible. All right, guys, I hope that message helped you even in just the smallest of ways. I hope you allow in this heart healing. Don't forget your homework to look in a book. All those mushrooms are communication. They're communication of the root chakra, okay? They have a little network. The whole forest communicates. This is your inner self communicating to you. Pick up a book, pick a page, write down that sentence. And if you feel so inclined, share it in the comments. I would love to hear what you found and if that strategy worked for you, if your higher self came through. Be ready to shine. And that's just period. Different timeline when you go into a different portal. Love you, mean it. I will see you next time. Much love.